Hey Angular folks, it's Brian. You know those session timeout warnings that pop up in apps right before you get kicked out? Ever wanted to add one to your own Angular app? Well, today we're doing exactly that. A real-time countdown timer with smooth animations, color-coded warnings, and a time's up message your users can't miss. All right, let's get started. Here's what we're starting with: a timer UI with a label, a number, and a progress bar. Looks fine, but it's just sitting there. No ticking, no urgency, no real purpose. Let's fix that. First, let's switch over to the component TypeScript. Right now, it's completely empty, just a shell. Time to give it some brains. We'll start by adding 3 time-related properties. The first will be the total number of seconds for the countdown. Let's go with 15 seconds. The second will be for when the countdown is in a warning phase. Let's go with 10 seconds. And the third will be for when it's in a danger phase. Let's set it to 5 seconds. Using read-only here means these values can't be changed after the component is created. Good for keeping our timer rules consistent. Now let's create a property to track the seconds remaining. We'll make this property a signal, and we'll set it to the total time for the initial value. The reason we're using a signal for this is because anything that depends on a signal automatically re-renders when it changes. This is how we'll keep our UI in sync with the countdown. Okay, now we want to create a timer and update this signal every second. Let's add a constructor. Okay, now let's use a set interval function, and we'll give it a 1-second interval. So whatever we put in here will run once every second. Now we'll update this signal using the update method. We'll use mathmax here so that we always take the larger number. We'll subtract 1 second every time, but the minimum value it will be is 0. Then we need to be sure to clean up this timer once the component is destroyed. To do this, let's inject the destroy ref. Then we'll use it to call the onDestroy method. Within this callback, we'll use the clear interval method and pass it our timer ID. This will prevent the timer from running in the background once the component is no longer used. You could even take this further and clear the interval once the timer reaches 0, which would probably be a little better, but this will work fine for this example. Next, we need a way to format our seconds into a readable format to display in the template. So let's create a new method called formatted time. We'll give it a parameter for the total seconds. Within this, let's return a date object. We'll multiply our total seconds by 1,000 to get the total number of milliseconds. Then we'll use the toISOstring function. And finally, we'll use the slice method to only grab the portion of the string we need here. Okay, now here's where signals start to shine. We need to add another property to store our formatted time countdown. We'll set this using a computed signal. Then we'll use our new formatting function and pass in the remaining second signal. Using a computed signal here lets us create derived state. Anytime seconds remaining changes, formatted remaining automatically recalculates using our formatted time method. Okay, now that the logic's ready, let's wire it up in the HTML. First, let's add our formatted time remaining so that it will render in the UI while it counts down. Remember, signals are functions, so you need parentheses when reading them. Now, whenever the signal updates, Angular will re-render this text automatically. Next, we just need to programmatically set the width of the progress bar as the time ticks down. For this, we'll use style binding to bind to the width property as a percentage. Then to calculate this percentage, we just need to divide the time remaining by the total time, then multiply by 100. Okay, that should be enough to get this working, so let's save and see. Nice. Now we have the total time ticking down, and the progress bar is adjusting nicely as time ticks along. Much more useful now, right? but I don't really love how the progress bar jumps to the different widths. I think we can smooth this out with a CSS transition. Let's switch to the component style sheet. Right now, the bar just jumps each second. Let's add a width transition so it smoothly shrinks over time. And we'll use a linear easing function so that it animates at a consistent speed throughout the duration. This should make the UI feel more polished, less tick-tick, and more flow. Okay, let's save and try this out. There. That's better. Now it smoothly transitions as the width adjusts. This is already much better than where we started, right? Now, what happens when the timer reaches 0? Well, the bar is gone. The text still makes me think it's counting down. Let's swap this content out with a done message once the time has run out. Let's switch back over to the component template. Here, let's add a condition to only show the current content when there are seconds remaining. Then let's add an else for when there's no more time. And then let's add a message for when it's expired. So now when the timer hits 0, it should display this message. Let's save and see. Rather than wait for this in real time, I'll speed this up a little bit. And there we go. That's better, right? Now, what would make this even better is if we changed the color at the different states. So orange when we're in the warning phase, and maybe red when we're in the danger phase. Let's add a couple of classes in the template for this. We'll use class binding to add a warning class when the seconds remaining are less than or equal to our warn at time. Then we'll do the same for the danger state using the danger at property this time. Okay, now let's switch to the style sheet and add some styles for these states. First, let's add the warning styles. For the spans of text, let's set their color to orange. And for the progress bar, let's make that orange as well. Okay, now let's do the same for the danger state. But we'll use red this time. Okay, that should be everything. Let's save and see how it looks now. Okay, it looks the same to start, right? But as it counts down, we hit the warning state. Then we eventually get to the danger state. Pretty cool, huh? This gives the user a clear visual uh-oh moment before the time runs out. And that's our complete session timer, built entirely with Angular signals, computed values, modern template syntax, and some simple CSS. No observables, no manual change detection, just a clean, reactive, and maintainable component. And you can easily adapt this for things like quiz timers, autosave warnings, or similar countdown UI concepts. If you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more Angular tips and tricks. Until next time, thanks for watching.